Hello and welcome to Excel Mathematics TV. Today we will be talking about power of a power. A power is a number which has an exponent. But what is a power of a power? I'm sure some of you are already having ideas about what a power of a power is. For those who don't know yet, a power of a power is when a power is raised to another power. In terms of an expression, it is the quantity of x raised to a raised to b. We can simplify a power of a number by multiplying the base by itself for several times, and an exponent tells us how many times we should multiply it by itself. But how can we find a power of a power? It's actually very simple. We can find the power of a power by multiplying the exponents. If we're going to express it as an equation, it is x raised to a raised to b is equal to x raised to the product of a and b. For you to understand the concept even more, let's try solving some examples. We will simplify the following examples using what we've learned earlier. Also, what we talked about earlier is one of the laws of exponents. In solving the powers of powers, we will apply the law of exponents, which is represented by x raised to a raised to b is equal to x raised to the product of a and b. The first example is the cube of 9 raised to the 5th power. Let's go ahead and solve it. How do we simplify the power of a power? That is by multiplying the exponents. So the exponents here are 3 and 5, and we have 9 raised to the product of 3 and 5. Then, let's simplify the expression. 3 times 5 is 15, so the cube of 9 raised to the 5th power is 9 raised to the 15th power. For the second example, let's simplify the square of d raised to the 8th power. The first step is to multiply the exponents. Then the expression will become d raised to the product of 8 and 2. To finally find the answer, we just need to simplify it even more. 8 times 2 is 16. Therefore, the square of d raised to the 8th power is equal to d raised to the 16th power. Moving forward, we have the expression v raised to negative 3, which is also raised to negative 8. Multiply the exponents just like this. Simplifying that gives us v raised to the 24th power. And that is the simplest form. So v raised to negative 3, which is also raised to negative 8, is equal to v raised to the 24th power. I hope you're having fun solving the examples. Let's have our final example for this lesson. We will simplify the square of g raised to the 7th power, which is then raised to negative 3. This might look a bit complicated for you, but it's actually very easy to solve. We will start by simplifying the innermost part of the power. The expression inside the brackets, which is the square of g raised to the 7, is the innermost part. So let's simplify that by multiplying 7 and 2. Our expression will then become g raised to the product of 7 and 2 raised to negative 3. 7 times 2 is 14, so our expression will become the quantity g raised to the 14th power raised to negative 3. Now all we need to do is simplify that power of a power. We just need to multiply 14 and negative 3. 14 times negative 3 is negative 42. And there we have it. We got the simplest form of the square of g raised to the 7th power raised to the negative 3, and that is g raised to negative 42. You see, it's really not that difficult. That's how you simplify or solve a power of a power. If you listened attentively, no matter how many times a power is raised to a power, I'm sure you can solve it easily. Just remember to start simplifying the innermost part first. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.